Hi, this is Maryam from Crochet Chapel, and today we're gonna make this cute placemat together. I used this yarn, 4mm crochet hook, yarn needle, 2 weaving ends, and scissors. Let's get started. Grab your yarn, make a knot, and chain 25. We're gonna work both sides of our chains, so try to make even chains, not too loose, not too tight. Skip the first 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and they count as our first double crochet, and make 4 double crochets into the upper loop of our 4th chain. We should work in upper loops. Make 4 double crochets, and you should have 5 double crochets in total. And there will be 5 counting those 3 chains that we skipped at the beginning of the row. Make 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 chains. At the end, you'll have 1 chain left. Make 5 double crochets into that last chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then flip your project, and we're gonna work on the other side of our chains. Skip the first chain that we had our 5 double crochets in. Make 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 chains. The other side of our chains. At the end of the row, make a slip stitch into that 3rd chain of those 3 chains that we skipped at the beginning of row 1. And I'll teach you a way to have a clean end. When you make your slip stitch, pull up this loop, turn your project, insert your hook into the same stitch that you were in, take this loop and pull it through the stitch. Turn your project and make 1 double crochet into the same stitch that we're in. My first double crochet in every row is a single crochet plus 2 chains. Make 1 more double crochet into the same stitch. Then make 2 double crochets into each of the next 4 stitches. Make 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 stitches. We reached the group of 5 double crochets. Make 2 double crochets into each of these 5 double crochets. Then make 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 stitches. At the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first double crochet. Our first double crochet was a single crochet plus 2 chains. Make it in that 2nd chain. And do the same thing that I taught you for the previous row, for the end of that previous row, to have a nice and clean end. Turn your project. Make a double crochet into the same stitch. My first double crochet is a single crochet plus 2 chains. Make another double crochet into the same stitch. Make 2 double crochets into each of the next 9 stitches. I have 20 stitches in total. I made 2 stitches, 2 double crochets into each of the first 10 stitches. Make 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 stitches. I made 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 stitches. Now make 2 double crochets into each of the next 10 stitches. The next 10 stitches are our twin stitches. We had 2 stitches in one. And then make 1 stitch, 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 stitches until you finish the row. And at the end of this row, we should have 80 stitches. At the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first double crochet. My first double crochet was a single crochet plus 2 chains. Make it in that second chain. To have a nice and clean end, make it the way I taught you. Turn your project and make a single crochet into the same stitch. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a single crochet into the same stitch. Skip the next stitch, make 1 single crochet into the next, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a single crochet into the same stitch. And repeat the process. Skip the next stitch, make a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet into the same stitch to the end of the row. At the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first single crochet. To begin the next row, make a slip stitch to the first chain 4 space. Chain 1 and make a single crochet into the same chain space. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, make a single crochet into the same chain space. And repeat the same pattern. Make 1 single crochet, chain 4, 1 single crochet into each of the chain spaces. And repeat this row for 2 more rows, except this row. Except this row that we're working on, repeat this for 2 more rows. Counting this row and the previous row, we should have 4 rows in total at the end. So, this row counts as our second row and make 2 more rows to finish our 7 rows. I'll be back when I finish. I finished all the rows. Now make a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Make another slip stitch into the next chain 4 space. Chain 1 and make 3 single crochets into the same space. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2, 1, 2, and make 3 single crochets into the next chain 4 space. 1, 2, and 3. Do it for 8 more times. We should have 10 times in total, counting these 2 that we had at the beginning. So chain 2, 1, 2, make 3 single crochets into the next chain 4 space. So from the beginning of the row, we should do it for 10 times. 3 single crochets, chain 2, 3 single crochets into the next chain 4 space. Chain 2 and make 2 single crochets into the next chain 4 space. And do it for 10 times in total. I did it for 10 times. Now chain 2 and make 3 single crochets into each of the next 10 chain spaces. And then you'll have 10 chain spaces left. Chain 2 and make 2 single crochets into each of our last chain spaces. At the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Make a double crochet into the same stitch. You can chain 3 as our first double crochet or make a single crochet plus 2 chains. Make a double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. Into the next chain 2 space, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Make 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Make 3 double crochets into the next chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3. From the beginning of the row, we should do it for 10 times in total. We should make 3 double crochets in the first 10 chain 2 spaces. Okay? I worked 2 chain spaces, now I should do it for 8 more times. And we should work 1 double crochet into each of our single crochets. Let me clarify again. Make 1 double crochet into each of our single crochets. Make 3 double crochets into each of our chain spaces. Okay? I'll be back when I finish doing it for 10 times in total. I did it for 10 times in total. You should have 60 stitches right now. The last step of this should be 3 double crochets into the chain space. And I think it's clear enough. Okay, now we reach the group of 2 single crochets in each chain space. Now, into each of the next 20 single crochets, make 1 double crochet and skip these chain spaces. So you should have 20 stitches at the end of this part, okay? Don't worry, I'll show you. Make 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 single crochets, like this, and skip these chain spaces. We only work the next 20 single crochets, not the chain spaces. I made all those 20 stitches, and the next space we have is this chain space. And then we start having our 3 single crochets in a chain space, not 2. Okay? So into the next 11 chain spaces, make 3 double crochets, and into each of the single crochets, make 1 double crochet. End of this part, we should reach this space that we start having our group of 2 single crochets instead of 3. Okay? Right before it. This is the last group of 3 single crochets. Work it, and then work the next chain space. Make 3 double crochets in it, then start making 1 double crochet into each of our single crochets only, not the chain spaces. You should have 20 stitches at the end like this. And don't forget that you should skip these chain spaces when you want to work the last 20 stitches. I'll be back at the end of the row to make a slip stitch. At the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first double crochet. Our first double crochet was 3 chains or 1 single crochet plus 2 chains. Make it in the last chain. Make it the way I taught you to have a nice and clean end. Then turn your project. Make a double crochet into the same stitch. My first double crochet is a single crochet plus 2 chains or 3 chains. And in this row and the next row, make 1 double crochet into each of our stitches. So work this pattern for 2 rows. Make 1 double crochet into each of your stitches. I will be back when I finish making these 2 rows. I finished these 2 rows, and at the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first double crochet. Make your slip stitch the way I taught you. Make a single crochet into the same stitch. chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a single crochet into the same stitch. Skip the next stitch, make 1 single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 single crochet into the same stitch, and repeat this pattern to the end of the row. So skip the next, make a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet into the next one. At the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first single crochet. You don't need to make the slip stitch the way I taught you, just make a simple slip stitch. And to start the next row, make a slip stitch, another slip stitch into the next chain space. Chain 1 and make a single crochet into the same space. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a single crochet into the same space. And into every chain space, make 1 single crochet, chain 4, and 1 single crochet all in same space to the end of the row. Counting this row, do it for 2 rows in total. And at the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first single crochet. At the end of the row, make a slip stitch to the first single crochet, then chain 1 and cut the yarn. Then weave in ends at the back of your project, back and forth. And voila! Our placemat is ready to use. If you like this tutorial, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, write your comments down below, like this video, share it to your friends, and support me. Hope to see you in future tutorials. Bye!